been great, isn't it? It's been really good. The audiences have been amazing. It's so good. We've had such diverse audiences, haven't we? Every night has been different. And depending on whether or not it's like a school show or a relaxed performance, everyone comes to pantomime.
It's a wonderful theatre to work in. All the departments absolutely love what they do. Costume, design, wigs, backstage, front of house. Like everyone works together so efficiently, and we just sort of turn up and go, oh, this is lovely and shiny, and it's been great. So it's not Disney. No. It's definitely not Disney. I think I'd describe it the traditional retelling of the story of Aladdin.
Yeah, I would probably agree. It's very colourful. We have like a very intense show schedule, but I think the morning shows have been the hardest for me, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, before Christmas we had quite a few of them, but you just do whatever it takes, I suppose. You have to psych yourself up for it.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows themselves, everyone knows how they work best, and I think as long as people have been relatively sensible, sleeping enough and eating and, once you get into the momentum of it, the adrenaline kicks in, so it's a lot easier to like doing a two-show day. Once you get into the theatre at 12 o'clock, say, for a 2 p.m. show, start getting ready, the day just kind of sometimes seems to whiz by because you're just doing, it's just the momentum of the day that keeps you going.
Wish I could play the saxophone.
Really?
Yeah, I'd get serious sax envy over on Sax Island, we call it. And,
I would love to be able to play the drums. This one can play the drums like a beast. Also, I'd like to be able to play a brass instrument like the trumpet.
Yeah, we don't really have any, do we?
No, we've had no brass this year. But yeah, so for me it would be brass or drums.
We should teach each other.
Let's. For me personally, I'm quite a kind of physical actor in that if I do a scene a couple of times and get sort of a feel for the spacing and the track and stuff, the lines get learned quite quickly. The choreography has been really, really great. It's kind of simple but effective. So the stuff that I've been doing has been quite. Well, for me, I found it sort of not easy. It's been challenging, but I think it's like looked from an audience point of view. It's looked more technical and more interesting because the choreographer's been very clever. Because we're all different range of dance abilities and stuff. I mean, I'm a mover, not really a dancer, but Matt has made me look like a dancer, so I'm quite pleased. I think the hardest thing has probably been learning all the music.
Crazy rehearsals of the music. Like the first week was literally just all music, pretty much.
Yeah.
Until
usually as a musician, you'd kind of expect, or if you were playing, for instance, in the band for a show, you'd have the music in front of you. So to play a whole 2.5 hour show to 2.25 hour show from memory on several different instruments can be quite daunting. And it did take a while for that to sink in.
I play the Grand Vizier, and he's a bit of a pompous idiot who thinks he's a lot better than his job, but he's not. He's not very good at his job. And he rides a tricycle, which makes him awesome.
Yes.
Has a moustache and very fierce-looking eyebrows. Aren't mine. But yeah, he's a hoot.
I play the genie. So the genie is very green. She's very quirky. She's been trapped in this lamp for hundreds of years, and so when Aladdin finally sets her free, she's, I think, very excited to be out in the open. I think she's a very fun-loving, a little bit sarcastic at times, but a good sense of humour, and very loyal to Aladdin. She gets quite distressed when she pops out of the lamp and realises that the baddie has summoned her, and she has to do all these sort of diabolical things for Abanazar when she just wants everyone to be happy. And she's got a fabulously shiny, sequiny costume. I don't think I've ever worn as many sequins or been glittered quite so much in my entire life. I enjoy the silliness of my character, and I just love having fun as a person, and in rehearsals I'm quite, I think I behave, but I like having fun, and I think that I've just kind of put a little bit more of a heightened sense of my sense of humour into the genie.
I think I'm the same with my character.
Yeah.
He's a laugh, he's funny, and I like having fun. And he's a bit hopeless as well, and I'm quite hopeless at times. Like, some stuff. Like, yeah, I find the right words to stage stuff.
Okay, the highlight for me was doing the relaxed performance. So the theatre, quite a few theatres up and down the country do this, but Theatr Clwyd particularly does what's called a relaxed show, where it's for audiences that maybe aren't used to theatre. They maybe spook a bit from sort of loud noises and sort of a lot of things going on. They maybe get quite stressed out. So we do the show not under energised, but at sort of 3/4 pace.
Yeah.
We take some of the sound effects down, volume. We have the house lights up. It's very relaxed in the auditorium, so if people feel that they want to come and go, they can. If it gets a bit too much, we take the traps. So me and Abanaza come up the traps slightly slower. We take things out like pyrotechnics and the smoke, and it was possibly one of the most wonderful, attentive audiences I think that we've played. It was wonderful, and they were so engaged, and I think it was a much more magical show than maybe we've done.
We felt like we were giving something back, which was really nice, and bringing Panto to all the audiences that we can cater for.
Yeah.
Oh, go for it. All right. Terrifying. Toby, who plays Abernhauser.
Not at first, but he's gotten more into talking back to the audience and ad-libbing, and he's very quick actually.
Yeah,
some of the stuff that comes out is good, so Toby.
Oh, it's difficult when our Dame.
Genie.
It's difficult when our Dame wears a lot of fancy dresses.
Dame does wear some amazing dresses.
I'd love to say the Genie really, because it's all green.
Genie. And there's so much glitter.
Yeah. Josh. Yeah, Aladdin. He's very good. Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah.
Rachel, I'd say.
Rachel. She doesn't take the longest to get into costume necessarily, but she definitely takes the longest at the end of a show to get out. So she plays Cuddles, the monkey, so she's in this massively furry suit and she just gets so hot that she just has to shower after every show. So, Rachel.
Is that going to be Josh again?
Probably Josh.
Josh Aladdin. Yeah. He's very, very talented, but like so good at everything that he's just constantly trying to be the best that he can be.
Yeah.
So I can imagine it's quite good.
Oh, that's harsh. That's a harsh question.
I imagine Sean might have taken a while.
But he has a lot of lines.
It's the Dame.
And it's difficult for the Dame because so much of his chat comes in later when we get an audience and he gets something to react to. So in rehearsals, he has X amount of lines to learn, but then obviously when it gets into the real thing, also he has to be very quick about, for school shows, for instance, when there's a young audience, there are a couple of innuendos or a couple of jokes that either they just won't get, so he trims them, or maybe they're just a little bit too close to the obvious, so he has to sort of tailor some of the script.